All right, Coach. Starting off here, Cougars finished at the top of the Portland Invite last weekend. Winning three straight matches. Just overall, what did between you and your staff see that you guys liked the most out there?
Um, Probably some people stepping up. I thought Charity Bradley was fantastic for the weekend, and for somebody that hasn't had a whole lot of playing time in the past, she did a really nice job and was super consistent. So I thought for sure that was a highlight. Hannah Pukas also coming in and doing a nice job in the setter position. Then I think overall just players getting more comfortable playing next to each other. That's what preseason is about, and trying to find the right combinations and just getting everybody a little bit more familiar with each other, especially with so many new people.
And then you touched on two of them, but Jocelyn also was all tournament team. Charity being named MVP of the tournament. As far as between we know what Jocelyn can do on the court as well, but between Hannah and Charity getting this type of experience, what can you say about them stepping up more about them?
Yeah. I know they've been working really hard in practice, and sometimes you just don't know when you're going to get, your break to get in to a match. And sometimes as a young player, that's hard to be consistent maybe throughout an entire weekend with a tournament. Sometimes, it's really good for one match, but not so good the next. But I thought both of them did a really nice job of being really consistent throughout the entire weekend, which is what we need, from all of our players going in to this weekend and throughout the entire season.
Okay, and then Cougars at home finally this week, gonna play in Bowler for a weekend. You know, what are you looking most for at? It's another tournament weekend. Got that experience down, but as far as playing at home finally, what are you all looking for? For this weekend.
Yeah, first of all, it's always great to be at home. One of the best things about being at home, I think, is we get more practice time. We're not traveling. We're able to be in the gym more and really get to work and try and fix those things that aren't going so well. So just I think being at home, not only being in routines and being in class, being in our own beds, things like that, especially for a young team, that practice time is really invaluable. So just being able to have extra time in the gym and then just being familiar with the surroundings. Sometimes it is, especially for young teams, maybe they feel a little bit more pressure because they know the people in the stands. We have more of a crowd. The band is there. So sometimes they can be a little bit more nervous than being on the road. In some of these tournaments, there's 100 people in the stands or something like that. But it's really exciting, and hopefully we'll get a lot of students out this weekend and experience Bowler Gym and get that home court advantage going, because we will definitely need it for our Pac-12 play.
You guys, okay.
Anything else?
Devin kind of touched on it, but almost 75% of your team is freshmen or either redshirt freshmen. So what are you telling them as they get ready for their first tournament in Boulder?
Yeah, I think we're really just focused on the process and trying to get better every single day, getting more consistent. Because as a new player, especially at this level, trying to really just get better every single day is really what we're working on, and everybody has a lot to work on. Not only the new people but the returners as well. So, but we haven't really talked a whole lot about being in Bowler, and as game setup happens probably Thursday, and other teams start coming in. We'll maybe talk about that a little bit more, of just how to, the crowd, it gets loud in Bowler, and we need to focus on, communication within our team and things like that. But I'm just excited to be at home.
All right. So how do you prepare differently for a tournament versus just like a normal conference game?
Yeah, it's just there's less time in a tournament. So our first opponent, we have a little bit more time, and we can, talk about them throughout maybe practice earlier in the week. But it's a really fast turnaround from that noon match to 7:30, and so trying to cram, film and scouting reports and things like that in. Sometimes it's difficult, but we also know on the other side of it, the other team's doing the same thing. So probably just that preparation. There's just not as much time, and probably a little bit more focus on what we're doing on our side of the net. For Pac-12 matches, we have pretty much all week to prepare, especially for our first opponent within practice.
Yeah, thank you.
I had a few more questions I wanted to ask. So I looked up all the teams, and WSU has the best record out of all 4 teams in this tournament. So what's your team's mindset coming into the tournament? Like, how do you plan on keeping that winning mentality going?
Yeah, kind of the same answer to your other question. It's more about the process and really trying to find the players that are playing best with each other right now, trying to find those players that gel on the court and are also producing. So, we don't talk too much about the other opponent's record, or, we try and definitely approach every match the same, whether it's Stanford or whether it's Liberty or whoever it is. That it really doesn't matter the name. It's more of a faceless opponent that we're out there trying to do the very best we can every single point.
All right, one more. What do you think the biggest improvement do you think needs to be made for the team as a whole?
I think our blocking is the biggest thing that we need to improve on. We've been such a good blocking team the past few years, but with that, blocking is a really difficult skill, especially at this level and how we want them to do it. We're a swing blocking team. So it's really eye work, and especially for new players, the speed of the game is so much faster than high school or club, that blocking as a technique, as a skill, takes a really long time. And with so many new players, it'll take a while. So that's probably the one thing that we need to get better at, and quickly.
Yeah. All right, that's all I had.
I'm good as well.
Perfect.
Thanks.